I can either come to an agreement and understand like, well, I didn't know you felt that way, blase, blase, so forth and so on. Or it can be like, yeah, I still don't agree with how your knowledge is on it, so I'm still gonna go my way, you know? And welcome back to another episode of Zhebeauty channel, where I am your hostess, of course, Janae. If you're new here, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And if you're returning, hey Bookie, hey Booski, I hope your day is going well. Now, I just want to go ahead and update you guys on the type of video. Of course, you see it's a little bit different coming to you today. It's a little bit more just fresh and raw. But I want to show you guys how I get my setup, because I know a lot of people be like, oh, well, I can't start a YouTube channel because I don't have this, or I don't have that, or you know, blase, blase, so forth and so on. You know, so it's so many excuses, but you really don't need a lot. Like, I have my phone, I have the iPhone 14 Pro Max, I have that, I have like 3 ring lights. You only need one, but I use 3. You only need one though. You only need 1 ring light, one really good lighting. I used some sheets that my background, I just hung up my sheets at the top of my ceiling. I have a light here, I have a light in front of me, and then I have a light on, on the side of me, you know. So and if you ignore the computer, because I do work a 9 to 5 but there's no excuses in my life. So that is my setup. I only have, and then I have my little of course lamp that you guys see from the pink glares see behind me, just to give myself some turn it down some, you know. And then I just fix my lighting. So it's really not a big setup. Hold on, I'm gonna turn the camera around. Guys, this is my setup. It's really not a lot, just my chair, and then I have my, of course, my sheet at the top. Setup is plenty, you know, pretty much self-explanatory. I just want to come and show you guys my setup and just have a little chit chat, and I just want to freestyle do a makeup tutorial today. I want to work with some eyeshadows, so I'm going to show you guys how to work with different color eyeshadows and just, you know, bring that craft, that creativity back into our makeup routines, because I feel like it's lacking a little bit. So I just want to go ahead and just like do some cute little glam looks, you know, bring back the cut crease, bring back, you know, different stuff that I just used to do, that I used to just have so much fun with while doing my makeup. The whole reason as to why I got into my makeup, I'm sorry y'all, I was trying to fix that thing because I'm finna here to set up my phone. So I am back, and this is the setup. See, it's not really a lot to the setup, as long as you have like the necessary things that you need. If you don't have to necessarily put up a backdrop if you don't want to. I just feel like it's more accessible to me. I didn't have to buy, you know, the color lights and the lamp. You know, you can just change the light bulb if you want to. I just made work with what I have. That's pretty much it. I just made do with what I have. And that's my setup. So if you think you can't start a YouTube channel, baby, you pretty much can with anything. You honestly, you really don't need all the things that I actually have. You can really just use your light, your phone, and just record raw videos, because honestly, I feel like the raw videos are much more better than the actual, you know, produced videos. Honestly, I feel like the more authentic you are within your YouTube video, the more better it is, because it just shows you before, you know. So I'll be having a lot going on in my background. So, and plus I'm a makeup artist, so I like to zone in and tone in to where you can only make, you know, see my makeup and not so much of the things around me, you know, because that can be a little bit distraction. So I want to kind of hone in and focus only on the looks. So I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows off camera, and then I'm going to jump right into the eyeshadow. So now my eyebrows are done. Of course, my eyebrows are not arched. I'm thinking about letting them grow out just a little bit more, and then I'm going to go ahead and arch them. But yeah, I don't ever want you guys to feel like, oh, I can't do something just because I'm limited. No, there's no such thing as limitation. Life is limitless, okay? So you just have to make work or make do with what you have. you know? And that's all there's to it. I hope you guys are staying hydrated today. Like, I really hope that you guys are staying hydrated. Just because it's winter don't mean, you know what I'm saying, just because it's fall going into winter don't mean you can't stay hydrated. You definitely need to stay hydrated throughout the seasons, okay? But I just want to do a chit chat today and just do my makeup, you know, just vibe with you guys today and just chit chat and just talk about certain things and just do my makeup. So that's what we're gonna do today. Nothing too wild today. I'm just going ahead and using my my concealer to prime my eyes. I think I'm going to go in with a lighter concealer to prime my eyes, just because I kind of want my color to pop today, because I am going to be using a different type of color. Usually when I'm doing my makeup looks, I'll either find a makeup look and try to recreate it just so I can get comfortable with using my eyeshadows, or I'll try to do a random look myself, and it usually takes me a little bit longer because I like a theme when I'm doing my makeup. I typically like a theme. I typically like, you know, a good theme, something that I can just, you know, if I were to have an outfit on, it just goes, you know what I mean? So I typically have a theme every time. If you can't tell, my life is a fucking theme, okay? So yeah, but I just want to have a little chit chat getting started, you know. And speaking of stop using them for a while, that, you know, they have a thing, like a saying, like, you know, they usually have a saying like, you don't miss something until it's gone. I think that is so true. I'm going in with my e.l.f. light beige. That's what I'm using. Yeah, I did not appreciate this concealer at first. Like, I'm telling y'all, like, this concealer dries down so quickly and it blends out so beautifully, and it gives you a nice smooth base to where when you have creasing, I feel like the creasing is not all the way dry, but this dries down so matte and it dries down so beautifully. I'm probably gonna crease regardless because, baby, it just gonna happen. But we gonna see. We gonna see. I'm gonna pat it down till it's like all the way halfway dry. It's already getting like really tacky. I'm so upset. Like, I did not appreciate this concealer at first. Like, that is a real life saying that people don't miss things until it's gone. And all those people I turned away. Oh well, bitch cherished me the first time. No, I'm just playing. But some people do deserve second chances. I wouldn't say, you know, some people, I may have gave some people like 56 chances, but that's neither here nor there. You know, it's the growth thing. When I realize a person stops growing, it's like, okay, gotta go. Because now you're gonna keep me stuck, and I can't, baby. We gotta keep this train rolling, okay? We gotta keep the car moving, okay? I can't let you in my driver's seat, okay? You ain't driving my shit, okay? Period. But yeah, I just think that's pretty much the how I feel about that concealer. It's a really, really good concealer. It's the e.l.f. This drugstore e.l.f. It gives high end. Okay, this drugstore e.l.f. concealer, the 16-hour camo concealer matte finish. Get into it. Get into it. It eats. It's gonna eat. Which is why communication is very, very, very important. Because if you're communicating effectively with another person, then I'm pretty sure the relationship that you guys have will be a lot more stronger. It's when you stop communicating with just dealing with people in general. I wouldn't say just necessarily a relationship, because it can be strictly platonic as well. But just communication is everything, and I don't think people communicate effectively. Like, I really cannot deal with a person that just genuinely don't know how to communicate and have enough self-control when they're angry. Like, when you're angry, that self-control comes in very much handy, because when you're angry and you don't have no self-control and you can't really die down your emotions to just speak effectively and communicate your emotions through that, you know what I mean? Like, now you or I just said something to hurt our feelings, and now sometimes you can't come back from that. Like, you say some wrong shit to me, I'm sorry, I'm not coming back from that. I'm not coming back from it. I'm not. You said what you said, you're gonna have to stick to it to the day you die. I'm sorry, not sorry. It's just how it is with me. Like, if you got to be very, if you say some things in an argument or any type of thing like that, I hope you're ready to stand on it, because I'm going to make you. But I'm going in with my James Charles palette, and I'm going to be choosing this brown shade here. But yeah, if you're not communicating effectively and you can't really communicate effectively, there's no going back from that with me in general. I really don't appreciate like how people pretend like it never happened. Like, no, we're not gonna do that. Call me what you want to call me, but I think it's very mature if you can honestly apologize for what you did. It's called taking accountability. You know what I mean? Like, if you can admit your wrongs, that's taking accountability. I think it's very childish if you can't. I think it's very childish if you can't take accountability for your own actions. I know sometimes we get, you know, a little, we don't want to necessarily start something, or we feel so prideful on how we feel, and that's understandable. I can understand that you might not want to apologize because you felt like it was the right thing for you to do in that moment. But just because something doesn't hurt you as bad doesn't mean it doesn't necessarily hurt the other person. Like, have a little charisma for once. It's okay. It's not gonna hurt you to say I apologize, because my daddy used to tell me, if you say you sorry, you just sorry you got caught because you were sorry. I really take it like very, very respectful if you can, you know what I mean, like at least apologize for what you did, because it shows that you have integrity. And I really like y'all. If y'all see me keep scratching my nose, these allergies is whooping my okay. I'm trying to just get myself, you know, together, because every time the seasons change drastically, so does my freaking nose. It just starts to act up, and I really don't like feeling like stopped up or anything like that either. So yeah, bear with me. 99% of the time relationships don't last because it be the lack of communication, or people just want to push everything under the rug. Like, no, take it as it is and then move forward from there. Because if we can't and we just keep pushing everything under the rug, it's gonna start giving disregard your feelings, and then that's when you're really gonna see things really play out in a way to where it's getting worse, because nobody wants to acknowledge another person's feelings. Like, it's not gonna hurt you to hurt it's not gonna hurt you to acknowledge somebody else's feelings, or, you know, let them know. Like, because in a relationship, especially when in a relationship, if you're not communicating with your partner, and again, I'm not giving relationship advice because, baby, I'm not even in one. But that doesn't mean I don't know how to be in a relationship. It just simply means that I know how I want to be treated in a relationship. So that's why I'm not in one until I get how I want to be treated, you know? Because some people, it's not that they don't appreciate you. Some people just don't know how to vocalize their emotions to the point where it doesn't make them feel so vulnerable. Some people don't like feeling vulnerable. I was guilty from that at one point. Because I didn't really like feeling vulnerable. I felt like if you was being vulnerable, you were weak, and it's not. And I'm just taking this brown out of this James Charles palette that I'm using, and I'm just creating like lines, brown lines, and I'm trying to shape my eye the best way I can. It doesn't matter if it's not too perfect. I just want to make sure that the line is crisp at the top, because there's not going to be any eyeshadow up there, honestly. And then I'm going to go in with this the black shade in this palette right here. And I'm going to start filling it in from the ends. So creating a wing here and connecting it, and then filling it in going forward. So when I just want to get off the topic a little bit and just go into what I'm doing and explain a little bit of what I'm doing here. So I am using a very small detailed brush. It is a little angled brush, almost like a little pencil, honestly. And I'm using the tip of this just to make smooth Very, very smooth lines. Even when you get to the end and you drag it, because I'm going to drag it upward. And the tip, you see how I can turn it? It has like a slant in it. It has a little bit of a slant. So when I turn it upward, the slant is at the top now. So if you can see that, let me go back right here. The slant is at the bottom. The slant is now at the top. And I'm going to use that slant, go back into the eyeshadow, and just very lightly, because you know black is very, very overpowering. And then I'm just going to do a very light hand and bring it inward, following that brown line that I created before. So just following that. And then filling it in as I go along. This pencil one, it's a little bit longer, a little bit more fluffier. But it still has like a little point at the top. So this is really a smudge brush, but I use a smudge brush just to create my line. And then I'm going in with a smaller smudge brush, a more detailed smudge brush, to just fill in the black. And with the eye placements, how I really got my eye placements with the eyeshadow, you really got to learn how to map out your eye and make sure you see what's good, because honestly, my crease is very small. My crease is actually right in here. It really starts right here. This is where my crease starts, and it goes like very small. But I kind of like I like a defined crease, so I go like at least 1 inch or 2 centimeters, either 1 or 2 centimeters up, and then I just create it upward. So when I open my eye, you can at least still see, because I have a little bit, I don't want to say I have a little bit of a hooded, but it gives that, right? It's not a deep hood, but it's semi, you know what I mean? It gives what it gives. I feel like I'm very bad at explaining this right now, but the hood of my eye is not very deep, so I like to go up just a little bit more, so when my eyes are open, or when I'm relaxing my eyebrows, because when I have my eyebrows up, I can see a little bit of the crease. I don't have to necessarily, but when my eyebrows are down and it kind of drags, kind of gives me that hooded look. And if I were to put it right here, like right in the crease, exactly in the crease of my eye, you wouldn't necessarily see the eyeshadow unless I open or close, well, really when I close my eye. So you wouldn't see the actual shape of what I'm trying to go for if I just followed my actual crease, unless I close my eye. So I like to go 2 centimeters up, just so you can see it, whether my eye is open or whether it's closed. Now I don't want to go too far, because I also, if you see right here, I have this right here, and I tend to like sometimes follow this, but it just depends on the look, because if I want a very detailed look, I can follow this crease. I have certain different creases in my eye that I can follow. I can go with the little crease, I can go with the medium crease, which I'm at right now, or I can go with the big crease, but it tends to go too high up into my eyebrow, and I don't really like that. I really like to keep this, at least this area here, clean, just because it makes it look a little bit more neater, and it's a little bit more flattering to my eye shape. So I like to typically just stay right in there. And there's different types of eye shapes, so I would advise you to like at least find your eye shape. I might do a video on that to help you map out your eye shape and help you figure out like what looks best suits your face shape and eye shape. So be looking out for that video as well later on. But I just want to say that honestly, communication will help a lot of the dysfunction within platonic relationships and just relationships in general. I feel like it will cut out a lot of the confusion. It will cut a lot out. Because have you ever just cut somebody off and just not talked to them or told them why? I know you have. Don't be lying. I know you have, because I have. I've done it too. I've cut a lot of people out, put them on their block list real freaking quick. But I realized that when you do that, I know you don't want to explain yourself or like tell yourself, but it really closes a chapter with a person, because honestly I believe in giving people explanation. I'm not gonna tell them exactly, oh, I'm not gonna tell them, oh, you did this to me, you did that to me, this is that. No, I'm just gonna simply tell them I don't feel this is working because these are my boundaries and you have crossed so many of my boundaries. Like, that's why you have to have a lot of boundaries when dealing with other people. And if you don't have boundaries set up, you wonder why people just do any and everything to you, because you're not initiating yourself. You're not asserting yourself and putting yourself forward and being like, nah, I don't accept this, or nah, this is not what I stand for, or nah, this is not what I like. I don't like stuff like that. Don't do stuff like that around me. You know what I mean? Like, if that's in, and then sometimes a person's like, well, that's just the way that I am. Well, you can be you, just don't do that shit around me. I don't care what you, I understand that if that's you, you know what I'm saying? If that's you, that's cool, that's fine, but don't do it around me. Like, or don't do it to me. Like, you can do it all day long. Just watch who you doing it with. I'm just saying, being aware. So many people tend to, like, lack a little bit of self-awareness, I believe. I don't believe a lot of people have, like, self-awareness. And I think they just feel like, you know, it's very childish not to think that you're the only freaking person that matters. You feel me? Like, you're not the only one that matters. Like, I think Mariah the Scientist said it the best in that song Spread Thin. I think she said it the best. You're not the only person who, you know what I'm saying, has feelings. You're not the only person who, you know what I'm saying, like, get hurt. Like, I get hurt too. So let's communicate effectively on how we're feeling, because it cuts out a lot of the drama, to be honest. If you can't be honest with yourself, that's the first thing. Like, you got to start with yourself, because a lot of people can't be honest with themselves. And until you can be honest with yourself, you can be honest with somebody else. So that's why it's very important to at least be aware or be honest with yourself, because you have to be able to accept you first. And once you're able to accept yourself on a lot of different levels, like I said, for me, I didn't like to be vulnerable at first. Like, I was one of those people that did not like to be vulnerable. I was one of those people who didn't communicate effectively. I was one of those people who just cut people off and not reply back. And I guess I've done that. I've done it a lot. But I understood that it doesn't help the other person to cope, or it doesn't help the other person to move on as much, because they are wondering what they did so wrong. You know, some people, they take on certain things. You know, I was one of those people too. I done been on both sides of the spectrum. So it's like, I done been the person that's been hurt, and I done been the person who was doing the hurting. So it's like, I done been on both sides of the spectrum. So I can honestly understand, like, from two different points of views. It depends on how to me, it depends on how you're reacting to those moments. Because if you're not reacting, if you don't have a great reaction, if you're not making the proper decisions to react only the way that you can control the way you can react. Because I understand you can't, if you be honest with somebody and they do get upset about you being honest with them, at least you were honest. You can't control the reaction that you know, that you gave them. You know what I'm saying? They are only acceptable to controlling their own reaction. So, I mean, you can't really get upset. Like, you just have to be able, if they are coming out very raw, you have to be like, at least, you know, step back, or, you know what I'm saying? Because in the moment, you have to understand that they are hurting, you know, especially if you came to them and you're like, oh, well, I don't think, da, da, da. Or just, let me just use a relationship, because it's so much easier to use a relationship analogy than to just jump right into a platonic. Because if it's friends, it's more so y'all don't have a deep, like, really deep, like, it's a connection there, but it's not like a hurtful connection. Like, some friends understand that if I'm telling you the truth, girl, I'm one of those friends. Like, if I'm telling you the truth, I'm telling you the truth. I'm not saying it to hurt your feelings. I'm saying it for the best, highest love in my heart, okay? I'm saying it to better you, okay? Now, I know I can come off a little blunt sometimes. Like, I can be very... I can be very straightforward. I can be very blunt sometimes. Baby, I tell you, I can say some things. I can say some things, okay? But it's not to, like, hurt you or be mean. It's simply just to let you know that I have your best interest at heart. But I had to learn that I can't control, like, people have to learn on their own. Like, I can't really tell people how to live their life. I can't really tell people how they should be. This eye always gives me the blues. It really does. And that's because I'm learning how to map this eye. It's working, y'all. Oh my God, I'm getting it. I'm sorry, y'all. I have to go quiet real quick because I'm really into this. I think I did it. Okay, so I'm just gonna fill it in what I did and see if it's the same as the other one. But yeah, I feel like if you're able to take a lot of accountability, you're able to just have better relationships with people. I can either come to an agreement and understand like, well, I didn't know you felt that way, blase, blase, so forth and so on. Or it can be like, yeah, I still don't agree with how your knowledge is on it, so I'm still gonna go my way, you know? Y'all can agree to disagree, or y'all can agree to agree. And that's how communication like really effectively helps like relationships. So I'm just taking my concealer and I'm just following this, which is gonna be covered up by foundation anyway, so. And I just really want to get the ends of it, to be honest, like right in here, because I want it to be super clean, like right in here. Boom, bam! Look how straight that is. It's so cute. Don't you just love it? I do. So I'm going to take my Jaclyn lipstick and I'm going to use this lipstick. I'm going to take a brush. I'm going to take a little bit of the lipstick on top. It's just a plain red lipstick. This is in the shade Coming In Hot. And I'm just going to apply this all over my lid. And prime that, but I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. So I'm gonna take quite a bit again, and I think I might do a red lip, y'all. It's not gonna be a red lip that you think. Is just chow, because again, I don't like just bright red lips. I just don't like a whole red lip. It's gonna be a little bit different. So I'm just applying this all over my lid. I'm gonna go back in with that black color, dab it off a little bit, and I'm just gonna go ahead and dab this right in here, right on top of the edges. Okay. Because you want to just kind of blend it. Dab to the front of my eye just a little bit. Just to get rid of like the harsh line that was in front. Because now it's more seamless. At first, baby, that line was a little harsh. I couldn't do it. Okay, and it should look a little something like this. I kind of want to go in and kind of blend that. It's a tiny little small loose fluffy brush. A little bit of this brown that's in this palette too, right here. Take a little bit of that, if you can see. I'm just blending those out just a little bit so it don't be as sketchy, but it can be very smooth versus this side where you can see the separation. This side you can't really see it anymore even when I bag up. And I can even take a darker brown, take the darker brown that's right here, and I can even go towards the outskirts and bring it in just a little bit. I'm just wanting to blend it. That's it. And as you can see, it's a little bit more well blended. Same process that you did at first. So taking that brown shade, just blending out the corners, just making sure everything is nice and well blended together. I'm just going to go in towards the back and bring it forward because we only wanted to blend in with the black that we use at the end. Okay. So this is with the liner. This is with the liner. Now I do want to add some type of glitter in with my pink palette. And I have a princess here color. This red shade right here, this red glittery shade, if you can see that. And then I'm just going to apply that all over my lid. With my finger. Just going to take it. Very good, and it's not really like, you know how they have the Wet n Wild, if you ever use the Wet n Wild eyeshadow, you know how they have the glitter eyeshadow and it's kind of like oily. This is not like that. It's not really oily. It's more so like velvet, which it feels really, really good, really, really good on my finger, and it wipes away so easily. It just wipes away so easily. Okay, so now that I have primed, I'm gonna go in with my foundation. And just applying this all over my face. If you haven't checked out my eyebrow tutorial, go check that out on my YouTube shorts. If you haven't checked out my overpainting and underpainting video, I did upload that a few days ago, so you guys will be able to go look at that as well. Just want to make sure that you guys are keeping up with the channel and the moves that are going on over here. And with my kabucha brush, and I'm just going to pat all of this in. Gotta love a good kabucha brush. They sell them at Target. I've been having this one for a while. It used to be all gold, but me washing it, and it's a very, very dense brush, foundation brush. It's a very, very dense foundation brush. I honestly like my other one, my Profusion one, because it's a little bit more softer. And this feels like I'm like stabbing my damn skin. Like the bristles are very soft, but it's so dense to the point where you're just like really tapping in your face. It doesn't feel like as flattering. It just kind of feels like Damn, like I'm knocking myself upside my damn head with the damn brush. It's kind of how it feels. It dries down like super fast. So this primer, the e.l.f. primer, I'm telling you, you can go in right when you apply it on the face. And of course, taking the e.l.f. I'm gonna go in with this fluffy brush. And I'm just gonna blend in my concealer. I'm just gonna go down the bridge of my nose and on the other side. Then go up right in here. Then I'm just gonna go in with a concealer and just add that right on top. And then just drag that right down the nose. Tan. And while this side is drying down a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and blend in with this angled brush and just gently tap that in. And then go ahead and blend out my contour. And then do it on my forehead as well. And I'm just going to pat this in. I don't think I'm going to put on any liquid blush today. I think I'm going to put powder blush. And then I'm going to put a finishing powder on. And I'm just blending in everything, just using setting powder to blend everywhere, because why not? My bronzer, and I'm just going to hit the corners of my face. Palette, and this is the palette I'm going to go in with. These two shades, just steam that off. Taking that and just filling everything in. So I am back with the lashes on. I'm gonna go ahead and apply my liner as well. You don't want really any You just want to go right on top of that. And then I'm going to take that red shade, and lastly, how I'm going to smoke out the bottom lash. I'm just going to add that red shade right at the bottom and just apply that right on top of that brown that I previously used, and kind of drag the red shade inward in the inner corners of the eye. And grab this angled brush. It's the AUA Studio E114, and I got this from Miss A. If you want any type of good brushes, go to Miss A, especially like for the concealer brushes and our angle brushes. They're very dense, and they're really good, so you can go to Miss A. I used to work there for a very short time, and when I say a very short time, I literally mean like a week. But they had a lot of great different stuff in there though. They had a lot of great stuff in there. And I'm just gonna take that red glitter, and I'm just layering it at the bottom of the eye. So as you can see, I'm just layering it at the bottom of my eye. And then that's how we do it. We just add the glitter at the top, and then we add the glitter at the bottom. Now I'm gonna go in with my liner, because I like to have a good corner. Siren eye, of course. So I'm just gonna take this, and I'm just going to go ahead and drag that forward. And then I'm just going to take that same liner, go to the bottom of my eye. And connect it like that. Now it might seem kind of awkward at first, but if you're not getting the vision, baby, that's on you. If you're not getting the vision, that's on you. But it should look something like this. I know one seems a little bit thicker than the other, but I couldn't get the other one to stick. And I really don't want to mess it up, y'all. So this is how it's gonna be. This is how it's gonna be. Because you know how when you try to be too perfect about something, it tends to mess up. But this is what it gives. And I like it. Now I'm just gonna dust off the excess powder on my face. Ooh, child, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this hair. Ah, no, I'm just playing. Okay, so this is almost the final look. used was the Bare Minimals Max Mist. That is the that I use. Now it's time to go in and do these lips, child. So I think I'm gonna go in with the darker brown. I think I want to do a vamp look. And with eyeshadow. So I'm going to take that Jaclyn. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed the chit chat today. You know, I didn't really go in, you know, in detail with chit chat because it was pretty self-explanatory. I just kind of wanted to vent a little bit, just express a little bit of how, you know, things been going lately in my life and just the things that I've been learning and overcoming. And maybe I could help somebody else, you know, because I'm good for it, okay? And I know you are too. So, of course, if you're on my channel, I know you're good for it. Because we winners over here. But this is the final and absolute gorgeous look. This is not the look I was intentionally going for, but this is the look it ended up being. Okay, so this is kind of like a freestyle chit chat eyeshadow blending type video. I hope you enjoyed or took anything from this video. I know I give out a lot of jewels in each of my videos. So I'm going to have to start staying on topic and getting more organized on here. Because I see I'll be giving out a lot of jewels. Okay, so I'm going to have to start narrowing my videos down just so you guys can get a real in-depth detailed version of what I'm actually doing on my face. Instead of just, I want to help you guys as much as possible with just not only applying makeup, but just really being your true authentic self. Because that's genuinely what I stand for. But if you guys have any further questions or concerns, please don't be afraid to comment down in the comments down below, letting me know your feedback. If you have negative comments, you will be blocked. Sorry, not sorry, but you will be. You will be blocked. Okay, so it don't take nothing to think before you act. Okay, so let's start doing that. But thank you so much for being here today. I appreciate your time, just spending time like an hour out your day or even 30 minutes out your day to even come and watch my video. I'm super appreciative. If no one told you today, I love you. I do. I love you. I appreciate you. I see you. You are seen. You are heard. And don't let nobody ruin your day. Matter of fact, don't let nobody have that much power over you to control your emotions. So also, think of others for today. If you haven't, if whatever time of day you're watching this video, whether it's in the morning, the afternoon, or the night, always think about someone else for once. You know, be charismatic, spread the love. Other than that, thank you so much, Zhebeauties, for being here on my channel today. If you haven't already, I can't stress this enough. Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and ring the notification bell down below. See, my phone get it. But see you guys next time, and you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Stay hydrated and be great. Bye.